Hey everyone, Leah Seidel here. Today I want to talk to you about the fitness in your feet. Now, this is something that often gets overlooked unless you do something like yoga or Pilates where you're barefoot for the program and throughout the duration of the class or session. And what typically happens is we overlook our feet because we're always wearing shoes. Now, these are wonderful shoes, my favorite brand. I'll let you figure out which one it is. But there's a lot of padding in these shoes. And different shoes come different ways. There's more and less stability of the sole of the foot. And oftentimes what the shoe does is it kind of takes over. And it doesn't allow the muscles in our feet to work the way that they should. So today I want to spend just a couple minutes giving you a few exercises to help strengthen the muscles in your feet. Because the way our foot moves affects everything. Think about it. The first thing in contact with the ground when you're walking, it's your foot. So you better have the mobility and flexibility and strength to walk properly, or else your gait, also known as the way in which you walk, is going to be affected. So let's just start with a very simple exercise. Our feet are flat on the floor. We're sitting nice in our chair, nice and tall. And we're just going to lift and lower the toes. And we'll do that about 10 times. And you can look down at the toes, but what I don't want to see is this. And I see that all too often. Remember, our body and torso goes where our head goes. So try to keep the torso tall. You can look, but stay tall as you lean forward from the hips and then look down. This is a very different posture than this. So please keep that in mind. Shoulders back and down, nice proud chest. We hinge forward from the hips to see what our feet are doing. So toes are going up and down, up and down. Now the next one that we're going to do, we're going to lift the balls of the feet up off the ground and we're going to curl the toes under. So I want you to think about making a fist with your feet. Kind of different, right? And our hands and feet talk to each other. So you may find automatically that your hands start to go. And if they don't, you might want to make them go because you might find you can make a bigger fist with your foot when you're making fists with your hands. We can do that a couple times. And again, tall posture. You're not hunched over here. You're nice and proud chest, just looking down. And you can do this about 10 times and then relax for a second. The next one we want to do is to stretch the arch of the foot. And this is fabulous if you get cramps in your feet ever. This is a great way to stretch them out. And you can do this seated or standing. So we'll do seated today. I'm just going to lift my heel up, press into the ball of my foot, and then I'm just going to rock my knee back and forth. So I'm gently rolling across the ball of the foot. Again, I'm going to show you this from the side just so you can see it. I'm going to lift that toe up, or lift the heel up so I'm on the toe. And then I'm just going to gently move the knee and press into the ball of the foot. This also helps a lot with circulation. Again, as I look down, I'm sitting tall. Another one that we can do here is to lift the toes and think about spreading them apart. So the ball of the foot stays on the ground here, and you're trying to find as much space between your toes as you can. And I'm just going to lift my foot off the ground so maybe you can see my toes spread apart. Hopefully you can. It took a long time to be able to do this. So keep working on it. You can do this while you're wearing shoes too. It's kind of fun. See how much space you can get between your toes. You may find that some of the toes have separation anxiety and they get stuck together and you can't move them. And that's okay. It takes time. This took me almost 3 years to be able to spread my toes this far apart. And hopefully you can see that there's a space between every toe on both sides. It takes a while. It takes some practice, but you can do it. So again, just a quick review. Our first foot fitness exercise is to lift the toes and lower them, keeping the balls of the feet on the floor. Our second exercise is to put the heels down, balls of the feet off the ground so that we can curl and unwind. Curl and unwind. And as you're checking your feet out, remember, you're staying nice and tall. We're not hunched over to look at the feet. Our third exercise was to simply lift the heel up, push into the ball of the foot, and rock the knees side to side. And you'll do that on both sides just a few times. If it feels good on one side, you might want to do it again. Very nice. And then our last exercise was to keep the balls of the feet on the ground, sit tall, lift the toes and spread them apart. And again, it helps to talk with the hands to the feet. So we lift, we spread, we lower. We lift, we spread, we lower. Lift, spread, lower. Beautiful. So those are your exercises for your foot fitness. I hope that it helps you.